Guys, welcome back to Science Skills and Life Skills with Vikhyath Kiran. So today we'll be learning about current affairs. There's no specific topic for that. So now let's dive into the first topic. Parliamentary panel brainstorms for laws to counter bioterrorism. So bioterrorism is a form of warfare. Also, it's more of terrorism in which harmful pathogens are released into the environment to deal damage to the enemy. Deal damage in the sense, in case of COVID-19, many people are dying, many people are being infected, and so on. But COVID-19 obviously is not bioterrorism. Now let's see one of the most famous incidents of bioterrorism was in 2001 when infectious anthrax was sent to media offices and the US Congress. US Congress is the party and news media offices I mean the people who the offices which publish newspapers. Another incident was in 14th century when bubonic plague was used to infiltrate into enemy cities, and also in World War One, Germany had done a biological sabotage by releasing glanders into horses and mules of their enemy country like Romania, US, and so on. Bioterrorism is preferred by some countries and terrorist groups over other means of warfare, like conventional warfare, that is, with guns and bombs and so on, chemical warfare, etc., because of the following reasons. So, bioterrorism is hard to trace, that is one feature. Um so let's take for example the uh, atom bomb dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki by US. So it was kind of easy to trace from where the bombs had been shot. That was from US. Uh, but that's not the case in bioterrorism. In bioterrorism, it's a little bit more hard to find from where this specific pathogen has come. Another thing is it deals a lot of damage to the enemy country. So damage, I mean, the terrorist groups and countries know that the pathogens can leave long-term effects on the country. Let's take, for example, again COVID-19 virus. Though even though that is not bioterrorism, COVID-19 virus has had long-term effects on many countries worldwide. And another feature is there's uncertainty. So again, COVID-19 is another example that um, many of its symptoms are uh, many symptoms of COVID-19 are like cold and cough and so on, which we by which we don't know if we actually have COVID-19 or not. So now let's see why the parliamentary panel is brainstorming. Why the Indian parliamentary panel is has to care about bioterrorism. So, as a matter of fact, India is actually susceptible to bioterrorism. Why? Because India is the second most populated country in the world. It also has a shortage of health services, and one of the most contributing factors to this is fake news, which can misguide people into believing the pathogen is harmless. By pathogen I mean the viruses and bacteria and so on, which are used for bioterrorism. So a shortage of health services, I don't mean that it's very short, but compared to countries like US and China and many other countries, India is lagging a bit in health services. And some experts believe that bioterrorism has already been carried out in India, like in 2001. Um, in Surat, there was one bubonic plague outbreak, bubonic plague or some other disease. Uh, mm, but some experts believe that was bioterrorism. Some others say it's natural. Now let's come to the next topic, that is the naval exercise SITMEX 20 between India, Thailand, and Singapore concludes. So, SITMEX full form is Singapore, India, Thailand Maritime Exercise, and this has only been held once in the past, that is 2019. In 2019, this exercise was known as SITMEX 19. Now, this year is known as SITMEX 20. Now let's look at the other naval exercises, naval and military exercises between these three countries. So there's one naval exercise between India and Singapore known as SIMBEX 20. So I know the full form is very close to SITMEX, a Singapore India Maritime Bilateral Exercise. It's a very long full form, and SIMBEX is held annually. Uh, and then there is another military exercise between Thailand and India known as Maitri. It has no full form, and that's held annually. This military exercise is also known as India Thailand Joint Exercise. Now let's just a second. So for now we are done with what we had to do, but we have some topics to discuss. So the first topic is Kerala government induces Article 118A, Clause A. So this this clause was induced by the Kerala government, introduced by the Kerala government, uh, uh, and it talks about, and Article 118 is the IT and Technology Act. So what this clause says is any social media post that is defaming, or it is insulting, or it is some negative things, if it is that, then the person who has posted that post, or done that crime, will be sentenced to 3 years jail, 3 years prison term, and or a 10,000 rupees fine, sorry, 10,000 10,000 rupees fine, or even both. So this clause is criticized by many human rights activists and so on, because there was a similar law, that is Article 66 Clause A, which was striked off by the SC uh, Supreme Court in one time, and actually this clause was introduced in 2000, but then was lapsed. By lapsed, I mean it's similar to striked off, and without any debates, without any discussion, the Parliament had put it back in 2008. So and then in the Shreya single case, there's one case known as Shreya single case. I know these might be very complicated terms, but you might understand it later. So in the Shreya single case, also known as Shreya single versus the Union of India, the Supreme Court had striked this law off, saying that defamatory, or let's say insulting, all these terms are vague. By vague, I mean they are meaningless in terms of constitution. And and the Kerala government very recently had amended it in the constitution, uh, and that is criticized by many. So tomorrow, when the Legislative Assembly of Kerala meets, let us see what will happen. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.